Hello everyone. So time for another review. I figured that this time I would review another semi-controversial products, which is the Aerolidz, which is a cover for the front light bar, and it is very highly advertised as the solution to stop that whistling that you get from the light bars. And my question was, because this is over $100, why? Why would you pay over $100 for something to quiet your light bar, which I have here? I had the whistling, and I bought this little weather stripping strip that I put on top, and it stopped my whistling. That was $6 at Home Depot. So my question is it worth the money? Now, with that said, I did see a couple of cool things as well. Was that you can put some decals behind it and different colors to change the color of your light bar, or even to have like an American flag and things like this. So on this, I will have a couple of those so we can see what it looks like, but I also wanted to see what it was and if it was actually worth the money. Okay, so first of all, it's a lot thicker and more rigid than I expected. I really thought that this was flimsier, which is impressive. So I like that already. Okay, what do we have here? Okay. So there's presents in there. Hold on, there's more presents. So it looks like, yes. All right, so as I mentioned, there's different things that you can put in front of your light bar so that you can change the color of your light bar. And the one that I ordered is a cool black and white American flag, and apparently it lights up at night, so I'll take a picture of that. I also ordered a red filter to change the light bar to red, since my Jeep is pretty red. Okay, installation instructions, ever so important. Install your Aerolidz first. Okay, so what is the instruction for? Oh, that's the instruction for the inserts. Okay, I thought it was the instructions for the light bar. I was confused. There's another piece of paper in there. I don't think it's going to take a whole lot to really figure out how this is installed, but hey, I want to see if this is what's included. Right? Don't you? Of course you do. With two hands, grab the two flaps. With two hands, grab the two flaps at one end and spread open. Okay. Slide cover over the front face of light bar. Continue to press cover along the length of the light bar until the flaps of the cover are over the fixture. Now push the cover onto the fixture until the face of the fixture is all the way up against the stops behind the radius front. Now push the cover onto the fixture until the face of the fixture is all the way up against the stops behind the radius front. That is a really complicated way to say until it hits the little bumps, but okay. Or is that the little bumps? Well, there's two bumps. Okay, I guess we'll find out. Cover is 51. You will need to trim it on one side of the length needed. Is with a powered shop miter saw. The material is very easy to cut using this method. Yeah, I understood that too, and I thought that it was a lot thinner than that, and I agree that it will definitely need a powered miter saw. And I don't know what I've got on my Jeep if it's 50 or 52. So I guess we're about to find out, because if I need to trim it, I'll have to continue this video after I do. So let's see what we've got. Let's see. Oh, good. It looks like I've got a 52. All right. Oh, yeah, no, that's not gonna work. Oh. Okay, so I finally got it on. I had to unhook that and kind of push it through. And so far so good. Looks a little hazy, but I'm wondering just how it's going to affect at night. I'll have to take another video at night. Now I'm going to try to put on this insert. And I assume the insert goes in between here and here. It does. Oh. That doesn't seem to fit. Okay. Okay, so it seemed like it wouldn't fit between the first two tabs, but actually it does perfectly. So now it's just a matter of pushing that through. All right, that looks kind of cool. So I know we won't be able to see a whole lot, but let's see. Oh, I bet that's gonna look pretty cool at night. We'll see. I will start this up again at night. Okay, so now we are taking a video to see how well it does at eliminating the whistle noise. And as we can see, it's doing a really good job. I'm going 60 miles an hour, and so far, no whistle noise. So it does definitely do what it advertises that it will do, and it does it very well. There's zero noise at any speed. So that's really good. Okay, so it's nighttime. Now let's see how this looks. Now, as you can see, I have the rigid radiant light bars. So with the backlights turned on, that is not very bright, but you can still see it. It looks decent. Now let's see what happens if I turn on the full lights. A full light bar, and what the difference is. Okay. All right, that looks nice. That looks very nice, I have to admit. So this is obviously with the American flag back. And though it does look very nice, one of the only problems, which I've talked to them about it, and I have to put some, actually to paint that part black, because if you don't, as you can see, it reflects back into the Jeep, and it is so incredibly bright that, wow, it really shines in your face, and then you can't see anything. But if you put a strip of black tape, which I will try to do at some point, or paint it black just up to that level, that should take that away. So as far as being able to see, if I just turn off all of my exterior light, you can see that with the American flag banner, it does not light up anything outside at all. So, and that was kind of to be expected, right? So let's see what it looks like with the American flag out of it. All right, now with the American flag out of it, I'm wondering, I'm gonna have to take it off completely because you see there is a hot spot in the middle. I don't think that hot spot is there when the cover is on. I mean, it still lights up pretty well, but I don't think I had that really specific hot spot there in the middle. Wow, yeah, I mean, it's still very, very bright, obviously, but I'm wondering, so I'm gonna take it off and we're gonna see what the difference is, because right now, as you can see, I have the cover on, right? And I'm wondering, so let's see, I'm gonna take that off and see if that hot spot is my light bar or if it is created by the Aerolidz. Stay tuned. Okay, so I took that off, so it's just the light bar. Now let's see the difference. So the hot spot is still there, which is a good thing. That means it's not created by the Aerolidz. The problem though is that it is significantly brighter. You can definitely tell that it takes away a lot from the brightness of the light bar. It is a lot brighter, but as far as throw is concerned, it's pretty much the same sideways, one from the other, which is good to know. Okay, so hopefully this will work. I just went and take the front of it and blacked out the bottom. Oh crap, I hope it's the bottom. Yes, it is. Oh, good. That could have been bad. Mind that I did talk to the owner about this, and the banners were actually an afterthought, so they didn't realize, obviously, that bump stop would cause a reflection. But if the fix is to do this, then it's a quick and easy fix. So we shall see. By the way, though this paint looks very shiny, it's because it's actually, see, when it dries, it's a lot flatter. And it is also incredibly thick coating. So if this paint does not stop the reflection, nothing will. So let's see what we got, shall we? We're back. I have reinstalled it with the flag, and I painted the underside black as I showed earlier. So now let's see the difference that it makes on the inside. It's better for sure, but it's definitely still there and still very bright. And if you look at it, this was some thick paint, and I noticed this was an issue, so actually I went and put a piece of electrical tape at the front to see if it was still the front, but it's actually still showing through the paint, which was incredibly thick paint. So I think the only way to eliminate this is to put multiple layers all the way to the back of electrical tape, or put some kind of adhesive felt, or something wide, either inside or outside. But paint, I mean, unless you have 15 coats, the light is still going to shine through. And I think that part of the reason why it's shining through is because this is acrylic, and acrylic does disperse light. So you can see the reflection of the light in the front just shining through here. So really the only way that you would be able to get that away is by completely covering it. It would take like 15 coats of paint for it not to really shine through. So I'm gonna try the easy way. I'm gonna try to put some electrical tape all the way to the back, and I'll start shooting again. And we're back. Okay, so this time I've got 3 layers. No, you can't really see, but 3 layers of electrical tape. So you would think it wouldn't shine through, right? So it's still pretty bright on the dashboard. Now, the electrical tape did its job. As you can see, you really can't see anything shine through anymore. The red that you see is actually the reflection. So this is where we would see light. And actually, here's where you can tell I didn't tape it perfectly well here, and you can see there's still a little light shining through. But even in the places where there isn't light, you can see it still shines pretty bright all over inside of the Jeep. So why is that? Well, I would really need to tape it another inch. My problem, or paint it, my problem is that at that point, it's gonna take a pretty significant part of the flag. And the reason why I see this light is because I've got my lights at full power, right? So even without this Aerolidz, when I had my radiant lights on, obviously it wasn't, the radiant backlight was never bright enough to light up the dashboard. And if I lit up the dashboard, and obviously if I lit up the lights and take the flag off, I don't have that problem anymore, right? So the only thing that I can see is to tape another ½ inch from the bottom. But as you can see right now, it's even. So if I take another ½ inch off of the bottom, it's not gonna look like it's lined up anymore, right? There's the flag, there's the white line at the bottom is gonna be super thin, and the one on the top is gonna be super bright, or wider. So at that point, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So again, this is an afterthought, right? From what I was told anyways. So it's not like it's really a super big deal. But that brings us back to what I think of the product. So I think the product is actually pretty good. The good side is I was very surprised on how thick the material is. I really didn't expect it to be that thick, which is good. On that side it's well built, which means that it can withstand just about anything, rocks, or, I mean, if this thing gets hit by something that breaks it, this poor Jeep windshield, which is already cracked here, will not stand a chance anyways. So I think it's very well built. Does it eliminate the wind noise and the whistling? Absolutely. It does that. Being able to change and to have designs on your light bar and change it to different colors as well, I think is a really cool idea as well. The problem is you can definitely tell it's an afterthought, right? So that brings us to the bad part of this thing. The bad part is, again, one of the coolest selling features on this thing being the banners needs a little work. It should come pre-painted to whatever it needs to be at so that we don't get that reflection when we turn it on. And obviously the graphics need to be adjusted accordingly so that they would be centered even with that black coming up to right about here. But you notice, even if I was to block it, you can still see quite a bit of light, because there's still going to be a lot of reflection. I mean, it's bright. So the afterthought, I think, is what makes this really marketable and can have a lot of fun features with it. The bad thing is that it does need to be adjusted a little bit in order to really truly work, and for you to be able to turn it on at night, of course, and drive with it without it being a danger. So is it worth over $100? You know, it's for you to decide. I think that if you look at everything that is in it, especially with being able to change the colors and the graphics and the way that it's built, yes. If you're buying it just to stop the whistling, I would say no. No, definitely not worth $120 when you can do that for $6, right? But the good thing, again, that would make it worth it is a really good protection for your light bar, right? Because nothing is going to come through that, that's for sure. And you can have cool graphics on it. Now you add all of those functionalities and capabilities. Yeah, I think if this is what you're looking for, you're looking to stop the whistling, you're looking to add a little style and change the colors of your light bar at a whim, yeah, there's nothing out there like it. All right, well, I hope that you liked this video. If you did, please press like and leave me comments about how incredibly bad I did, and or good, hopefully, and hope to see you next time.